What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Menace, and today we are coming in with a banger of a video, a true hoot and a holler. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be one of my first posts ever on this channel, so if you guys are here right now, please, 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 please leave a like and subscribe. It's going to only benefit me, and it's only going to promote me to make more and more content for you guys, and I hope you guys really appreciate the video. Today, what we are going to be talking about is the worst time smoking that I have ever had. And now, was it bad because of me? 100% no, okay? Was it bad because of the people that I was surrounded with? 100%. So, we're going to jump right into the video. I don't want to waste anybody's time, and let's get right into it, okay? So, the first thing that we have to talk about is my cousin Brad, okay? Me and Brad have a very good friendship. We're very similar in age, so it was always one of those that I would always go over to Brad's house. Now, it's one of those that me and Brad at this time lived in the same, not neighborhood, but same town. But for most of our lives, we did not live in the same town, right? I always lived in a town that was kind of like a little kitty corner next to it. So it wasn't far, but it was a good 15, 20-minute drive. But at this time, I lived in the same town as him, and so we were. Oh shit! What? How old? I was probably, fuck, late 17, maybe early 18. And so we're sitting there, right? And Brad always had these friends, because he from his school, because he went to a different school than I did. And for this story, we have to name this kid. What the fuck do we name him? We got to give him like some quirky kid name. Let's call him Aiden. Aiden. So we're sitting here. And to give you a little background on who Aiden was, uh, he was the type of kid that would like just try to fight you. It's like just very kid-like energy, right? Like you guys would be just chilling, having a good time, and then he'd just be like, "Yo, let's scrap," and you're like, "Dude, no, I'm good, dude. I'm vibing, like I'm chilling." He's like, "No, let's fight." And so he was always kind of a little bit of a nuisance. Now, I knew Brad didn't really like him. However, Brad had also made a bunch of comments to me previously to this day saying like, "Oh, dude, um Aiden's changed a lot, he's not so bad." And so I was like, "You know what, Brad? That's fine." So when Aiden texted Brad saying, "Yo, let's hang out," I wasn't necessarily opposed to it, right? Because I was like, "You know what? I'll give the kid the benefit of the doubt. I think it might be a fun time, and fuck it, let's do it," right? And so we're sitting here, and Brad gets a text message. He's like, "Yo, Aiden, you're chilling to come over." He's like, Menace is here, and we're like, "Okay, cool." Aiden comes by. Now, Aiden lived right down the street, so he wasn't going to take a very long time to get there. So Aiden leaves his house, walks over to Brad's, and Brad sits down. We're all chilling in the basement, which was actually Sam's room. So Sam was Brad's older brother. Sam is actually the same age as I am. Brad's about 2 years younger than me. Okay. But me and Brad are kind of closer than me and Sam. It just always was kind of like that. So we're sitting down in Sam's room and we're vibing, chilling. And Aiden walks over, comes inside, and we're all chilling. Now, just to give you an outline of who's there, you got me, Brad, Sam, Sam's girl, which we're for the sake of the video, we're gonna call her Ashley, even though she's really not that important. But if you guys ever hear me refer to an Ashley in my videos, it's referring to Sam's girlfriend. And then we also have the newly acquired Aiden. Okay, and so we're chilling, we're vibing, and we were all smoking the ganja, right? Now, it's important to note that Aiden, before this, was not very into like smoking pot. Like, I don't even know if he'd ever done it. He definitely had never done it in front of me before. But he had just kind of started picking up Nick, so he was kind of like a little fucking fiend. He comes over, and I wasn't smoking Nick at this point. I hadn't even picked one up yet. Um, and so he comes over and he is just like annoying from the get go, dude. This fucking guy is just asking everybody and anybody for their nick. And he was also one of those guys that if he had a nick on him, he was stingy about it. He'd let you get one hit and that was it. You know what I mean? But then when it came to him wanting nick, oh, dude, he would chief the fuck out of it. I don't really like this kid, okay? I never really liked this kid. He was fucking annoying. You know what I mean? Like, those like annoying kids, just like pain in the ass. That was him, right? I don't hate him. I've seen him since then, and I don't mind him. But this story really tainted our relationship. Let me kind of get into that. So we're all sitting here. I don't fucking know what movie we had on. Let's just say it was, for the sake of the video, Up. Right? We're watching Up. We're all vibing. I'm fucking zooted. And I had a cart on me. Now, so did Brad. Me and Brad always kind of had smoke together. Like, if I had a cart, he most likely had a cart. He actually always has a cart. What the fuck am I saying? This motherfucker is a certified stoner. And so we're sitting there, we're vibing, and Aiden is just begging people for their nick. Now, thank God I don't have a nicotine device, okay? At this point, I didn't smoke it. So I was like, good. I was safe from the Aiden terror, right? And so Aiden's chiefing on everybody's nicks. And we're all vibing. And then it comes down to me. And he's like, yo, what are you hitting on? And I'm like, oh, I got a cart. And I'm like, have you ever smoked before? And he's like, no, I've never smoked before. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, that's chilling. Like, do you want to smoke? And then he kind of played this teeter-totter back and forth kind of game. Now, I hate when people do this. I'm going to explain why I hate when people do this. I hate when people do this because it's so fucking annoying. Either hit it or don't hit it, okay? I'm not sitting here playing this back and forth game of, well, if you'd like to hit it, you can. If you don't want to, feel free, sweetie. It's okay. No. Just either hit it or don't hit it, bro. Like, I don't care, right? And so cart gets busted out. He's like, yo, I'll take a hit. And then I hand him the cart, and then he just starts hogging it. Bro is not hitting it, he's hogging it. There's a difference, okay? He's literally just sitting there, like, kind of like looking at it and holding it and being like, do I really want to take this hit? Do I really want to take this hit? And now this might be kind of a bad thing, but it's just for my own safety and my own peace of mind. If I get someone high, especially for the first time, trust me, I have learned personally about people's first times and getting them high. Um, you gotta make sure that they're in a safe, comfortable environment, they're chilling, they're not in a bad headspace, and that they'll be vibing. You know what I mean? And so I was already a little skeptical giving Aiden the cart because the last thing I want is it for this fucking kid to be tweaking. Because mind you, Sam and Brad are my cousins, right? So their parents are upstairs. Their parents have a direct hotline to my mom, right? And so we're sitting there and I'm like, yo, are you going to be chilling? Like, the last thing I want you to do is start tweaking. If you're going to start tweaking, don't hit my shit because I don't want to be responsible for you. You know what I mean? And Aiden's like, nah, dude, I'll be fine. But he keeps just like kind of looking at the cart, like almost intimidated by it, right? So we're sitting there. And after probably 4 or 5 minutes of this kid just going back and forth, it like got to a point where I was like, bro, either hit it or pass me back the cart. Like, at this point, I want to fucking hit, right? And he's like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just I'm just so quirky like that. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna take a hit. And so he grabs it, takes his little hit, fucking maybe 3 seconds, maybe 6 seconds. I don't fucking know. But all I remember is he blows out this fat ass fucking cloud. I'm talking fat cloud. And the entire room just gets engulfed in smoke. And this guy is just coughing and coughing and coughing and coughing. And Up's playing in the background. We're all kind of like laughing, joking, like we're all like laughing at him in a sense because it's like, bro, like, you fucking noob. You know what I mean? You fucking newbie, man. It's funny as shit. And all of a sudden, we're sitting there, maybe 3 or 4 minutes go by, and Aiden's feeling the cart. And so we kind of look over at him. I think Brad asked, he's like, how you feeling, bro? And Aiden's like, I want to go home. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is not what this motherfucker signed up for, okay? When I told him that he could hit the cart, I did not say that he could go home. Like, I don't mean like I'm going to kidnap him, but at the same point in time, like, the last thing I need is for his mom to come down and see him all zooted out of his fucking mind. Because this kid was a snitch, ladies and gentlemen. This kid, like, I don't know if anybody here has ever seen the channel Bruce Do. If you have, please like and comment down below because I would love to hear that. But in Bruce Do, he has this friend named Michael. And that friend is just basically the epitome of fucking Aiden, bro. He literally was like the biggest snitch. He'd always try to fight you, but as soon as you fought back, he'd be like, Mom, Mom, he hit me. And you're like, motherfucker, what the fuck? What the fuck? So we're sitting there, we're vibing. And Aiden's like, yo, I want to go home. And I told him, I was like, dude, like, you just hit the cart. I'm like, I don't want your mom tweaking out about it. He's like, dude, I just want to go home. And I'm like, me and Brad are sitting there. We're like, what the fuck do we do? We're like, okay, whatever. And so we basically walk him out of the house. This kid is like tweaking, right? He's not having a great time at all. So we end up sending this kid home, right? And me and Brad were like, yo, we probably should walk him out because, like, he's so fucked up to the point where we don't even know if he could find his way back up the street back to his house, right? And so we're sitting there, we're like, yo, we'll walk you out, we'll walk you home because his house wasn't far. His house was like 3 houses up, right? And so we're sitting there, we basically pick him up, walk him outside, and we got him a water bottle because the first thing he said was, "Bro, my mouth is so dry." And so we're sitting there, we're like, "Okay, cool, whatever." Got him a water bottle. We're walking him to his house, and this kid is being fucking annoying, bro. Fucking annoying, dude. I hate annoying people when they're high, man, because I don't want to put up with it. Okay? If you're gonna sit there and chill, then chill, dude. That's fine. But if you're gonna sit there and just be like, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm gonna bitch slap you so fucking hard that your eyes are gonna go crisscross. That shit pisses me off, okay? So we're sitting there, we are walking up to his house, right? And now my or well, I was gonna say my cousins, but Sam and Brad had a next door neighbor who was really close with the family, right? He was just really, really close with us. He was their next door neighbor. He would always come over for some ice cold beers or whatever, come over for a barbecue, that sort of thing, right? And so we start walking with him down the street, and I'm just getting pissed off because this fucking kid is so annoying. Holy shit. So we're sitting there and whatever, and this kid, Aiden, he opens up his water bottle and he's just like flinging water all over this neighbor's like utility truck. Like this guy works for like fucking ComEd or like the electrical company or some shit. And he's just like flinging the water bottle all over this guy's truck. And so me and Brad, we're sitting there and we're just like, bro, stop, 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 dude. Like, this is not cool. Like, we're already walking you back to your house. Like, we're already inconveniencing ourselves to make sure that you get home okay. But now you're gonna come in and act like a fucking retard. That doesn't fly with me. Me personally, I don't give a fuck, dude. Go get grounded because what are they gonna say? Worst comes to worst, they'd be like, well, he got me high. Okay, all right. And like another thing to mention about this kid's mom, fuck this kid's mom, dude. This kid's mom can suck my left nut. She would always threaten the cops, bro. Dude, over the most, like, stupidest shit ever. Like, I remember Brad and Sam got in trouble once because Aiden picked a fight with them and Sam and Brad kicked his fucking ass. Let's be so fucking for real. And so they kick his ass, and then he goes home, tells his mommy, okay, and his mom comes storming back to my grandparents' house. A long story for a different video. But they come back and is telling Sam and Brad's parents, okay, that she's gonna get the cops involved for assault. Bro, they were like literally in seventh grade. Are you fucking joking me right now? Like, dude, you're a little fucking over dramatic there, okay? And so we're sitting there. At this point, as he's chucking water all over this neighbor's utility van, I'm just getting more and more pissed off, right? I'm fuming. And I kind of say to Brad, dude, I kind of yell at him. I'm like, fuck this kid. Fuck you. Like, I'm fucking done. Go get yourself fucking caught. Because the last thing I need is the fucking bald neighbor coming down his steps and being like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I don't want to put up with that shit. I'm not chucking water on this guy's car. Like this is fucking retarded. This is stupid, right? And so we're sitting there. I'm like, fuck you. Go get yourself caught. And I turn around. I go back to Brad and Sam's house. I get inside and I get a text from Brad and he's like, yo, I just dropped off Aiden. And I think I sent him a voice note and I was like, dude, fuck it. I don't care. I'm good. I don't even want to hear about it. Brad comes back, right? And we're sitting there, we're kind of digressing, debriefing, if you will, about the entire situation. And I'm like, dude, this fucking kid is annoying. Like, you said this kid changed. He hasn't changed one bit, bro. He is still just as annoying as I remember him being. Like, if I would have known this, I wouldn't have gotten him high. The only reason I got this kid fucked up was because off of Brad's testimony saying that he was gonna be chilling. Okay, fuck this kid. Oh my god, just the thought of it is just reoccurring. I'm feeling some sort of way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm feeling pissed. So that's pretty much the end of the story for that night. Now we gotta carry over into the next night or the next day, I guess. We're sitting there. I go back over to Brad and Sam's house because me and Brad had made plans the previous night to go to Six Flags. Okay. I live kind of close to a Six Flags. And so that was kind of our like fun, like, hey, I have the day off. You have the day off. Let's go do some shit. Let's go to Six Flags. So we had season passes. This was like what we did, right? And we still do. Like this has not changed for us. And so we had plans to go. Well, as we are cleaning out the car to go to Six Flags, Aiden rolls up on his mongoose bike, right? And he's like, yo, what are you guys doing today? And Brad already knows how I feel about this kid. Not only does he know how I feel about this kid, but he also knows how I felt about the previous night and how I basically have the mentality of fuck this kid, right? And so we're sitting there, we're cleaning out the car, and Aiden comes rolling up. He's like, what are you guys doing? And Brad's like, oh, we're going to Six Flags. Now, Aiden starts like practically begging me to go to Six Flags. He's like, I got a season pass. He's like, let me come with you. And I straight up, like, I have never felt so bad. Well, maybe, but I felt really fucking bad for doing this. But I literally bold faced told him no. And he's like, oh, why? And I literally had to tell him, bro. I was like, dude, because I know that me and Brad are going to be smoking. And I'm like, I am not putting up with that, especially in as of a public place as Six Flags. I'm not getting you stoned so that way you can now fucking fill up your season pass cup or whatever and then dump it all on a 5-year-old. I'm not putting up with that shit, okay? And so I bold face tell him, I like to his face, I'm like, no, I'm not taking you because of how you acted last night. And he just, what? Why? What? Why? And then he gets all butthurt. And then he's like, man, fuck you. And then he drives his little mongoose bike of the rest around the block and goes back home. And then me and Brad hop in the car and I'm telling him, I'm like, I feel bad. Like, I feel bad for not bringing him. And then Brad even is like, dude, fuck him. He's like, how he was acting last night was so bad, like so immature. He's like, I don't blame you. He's like, I low key didn't even want to tell him we were going to Six Flags because I knew how that was gonna go. He was gonna immediately ask to go to Six Flags with us, and then it was gonna ruin our time. Because me and Brad, we are avid Six Flags goers, okay? We love it, dude. We get there, you pop a blinker. As you're walking through security, it starts hitting, and then you're fully in it by the time you make it past security on your way to the Viper, okay? That is the best way to do it, right? You exit the vehicle, take a blinker, and then you go through your day. Then you can smoke, a couple times throughout it. Especially me, I had to drive, so I couldn't get super fucked up. But like, the last thing that I'm gonna have being done is have this fuck ass kid Aiden come with us and then ruin my time as I have to trip sit him. I'm not putting up with that shit. I will never put up with that shit. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if I ever meet one of you people, and I'm doubting that anybody's even watching this shit, but if I ever meet one of you and you're like, yo, Menace, I wanna smoke. Okay, but you better not fucking like trip out. You better not wig out on me because that shit pisses me off. Okay? It's one thing if you're having a bad time. It's another thing to be annoying. There's a difference. I've known people who are like, who get paranoid off pot. And they're like, dude, like, what if someone gets me? And I just have to kind of calm them down and be like, yo, you're fine. You probably just took a little too much. Here's some munchies. Here's some sugar. You'll be chilling. Okay. And they always are fine. Every time they're fine. It's when I get you high and then you want to fight people or throw water onto a fucking utility van in which does not belong to you. Okay? I don't want to deal with that shit. No one else there wants to deal with that shit. So go fuck yourself. Anyway, I hope you guys really appreciated the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And let me know how you're feeling. I want to know if you guys have a friend who acts like this, is very kiddish like this, and also you got him high and he's fucking annoying. That shit, ugh, ugh. The more I think about it, bro, the more I'm just like, I just want to fucking just strangle him, bro. Oh my god, I haven't felt this way since it actually happened. Like, again, I've seen him since, and I've been cordial. Like, I don't mind him. But, like, dude, just talking about it, I'm just getting fucking fired up, bro. He was just so annoying. Anyway, I digress. Again, please like and subscribe. It'll really help out the channel. And you guys have a great day, okay? Bye, guys.